Hey, it's Rob. Leave a message. Tonight's the big night. A total eclipse of the moon. I'm gonna do some spicy tikka chicken, some sweet grilled pork, and lots of veggies. So come early. Don't want to miss the big show.
This is not a drill.
It's time to grill.
Action!
It's gonna be a lunar eclipse tonight. I'll use any excuse to have a party. Gonna do a little grilled fennel, some slow smoked pork, and some chicken thighs here, chicken tikka. Now, just want to cut these into bite-sized pieces. Now, I'm using dark meat. It's less expensive, but you can use breast meat for this also. But it's just a richer flavor coming from the dark meat. Let's start our marinade for the chicken. There we go, all of that in. A few lemons. There we go. A little bit of salt. That's the first part of our marinade done. Because we're gonna put these onto skewers. Toss this in there. Make sure it's all coated now. Gotta get a bit of yogurt now. There we go. Don't forget to wash the hands. Now I'm gonna use a creamy yogurt here. This is gonna be part of my marinade. Bowl, wooden spoon. Let's get that in here now. This is plain yogurt, plain old simple yogurt. Let's start flavoring this yogurt now. Get a nice little mix, little cayenne, because that's gonna add the heat element. Turmeric, which is the base for all curries. White pepper. Little paprika for color. And for that sweet, hot, little garam masala now. This is a real mixture, South Asian in influence. There we go. Look at the color changing on this. We're not done yet. Fresh ginger. And I'm gonna show you how to peel it with a spoon. Just take it back. You can use your knife on this, but I find that you don't waste a lot once you use a spoon. We're not gonna use it all anyway, so. My trusty rasp. You can get fresh ginger just about anywhere. Fresh garlic, put that all in. Just put a little salt and a little olive oil. There we go. And straight into our chicken. Bring this up. I'm just gonna pour that all over. Nice mix in here. That is complete now. Want to get this into our baggie. Save a bowl, give a baggie a job. I love using baggies. Why? Takes up less room, and the meat, or the chicken in this case, is in contact all the time. All right, close it up. Mush, 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 into the fridge for 4 hours. Now I've cleaned my board. When working with chicken, you must keep a clean surface, salmonella. Having a smoked pork tenderloin here, but we've got to peel off this silver skin. Silver skin is a bad fat, basically. So you want to just remove that. Take it off. You want to take the silver skin off just to avoid shrinking. There we go. Last cut. Now we want to get our dry rub on here. We've used a wet marinade for the chicken. Now we're using a dry rub for the pork. Here we go. Little allspice, bringing a bunch of flavors together here. It's got a little cinnamon, a little nutmeg, all of those flavors in it, but it's rounded out. Let's make sure we coat here. I forgot my olive oil. I want it all to stick, that's why I need the olive oil. Let's do a little roll here. Nice roll. There we go. Now everything's gonna stick properly. Little nutmeg. Now just go lightly on the nutmeg because a little goes a long way here. Thyme. That earthy flavor. Rub it in your hand. Release some of those oils in there. That's it. That's what you want to do. Do another little roll. Little celery salt instead of regular salt. Little onion powder. All those flavors are going to sit right on top. Cinnamon. This is our last. There we go. And this is that little high note that I love to have in my food. Cinnamon in. And last but not least, a little brown sugar for sweetness. Let's just wet this a touch more with some olive oil because we want to make sure it's all coated. Here we go. And let's do As the World Turns. Ah, la, 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 la. There we go. And into our baggie. There we go. Un, deux, trois, and a bit. Close up, take the air out, into the fridge, 4 hours. So I have my pork that's been marinating in that dry rub for a few hours. I'm pulling it out now because I want to bring that internal temperature up to the same temperature as the outside, room temp. But before I start that, let's get a little banana salsa going here. Let's peel quickly here. We don't have a lot of time because they start to oxidize really quickly. So, quick. There we go. Let's do one more. And I'll see if I need that last one. So, half. Just want to get a little dice going here. Cutting them all the same size so that they marinate at the same pace. Here we go. That's all finished. Let's get into the bowl. So, got to get these bananas in now. And before they go brown, we've got to add some citric acid to this. And we're going to use some limes here today. Roll, roll, roll your boat. There we go. Get that lime on there. There we go. That will stop the browning. And that's also going to add a nice little bit of flavor to it. Toss, toss, toss. Little red onion for that kick and crunch. Little bell pepper, red for sweetness and for color. Now I've got to slice, nice little toss. I've got to slice some of our mint here. And since this is really nice mint, just roll it up. There we go. Put that in. Beautiful color and flavor, that mint, spearmint. Now it's time to add a few of our wet ingredients. Let's just fold that in nicely. See how that's coming together really nice? So, splash of orange juice. Again, citric acid will help so it won't go brown. Little maple syrup for sugar. There we go. Just move that off to the side. And now the chipotle. This is a smoked pepper packed in a little tomato. And we'll use 3 of them. Better be sparing. Better to go light than heavy on this. We'll just cut that up. Turn it around. Make sure it's minced nicely. Now, you can use dried or you can use the canned stuff. It's really up to you. I have some dry stuff here, and if you want to use dry, very simply, rehydrate them. Put them back into some warm water, 20 minutes, they're ready to go. Nice little fold in here. So we have the smoky flavor. We have the pork that's gonna be smoked. And we have our bananas now that are smoked because of the chipotle. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Little salt. Little pepper. Here we go. This is coming together really nicely. Give this a little taste. The peppers, the onions, and the chipotle, and the banana, woo! Little plastic wrap. Throw these into the fridge for 2 hours. Any longer, the bananas will go mushy. Then we smoke our pork. Pork's been sitting out for 30 minutes now. It's at room temperature. Let's check on our grill. I'm gonna be smoking the pork, but before I do that, I'm gonna sear them on high heat. So let's get the pork on. Hear that noise? That's great searing sounds. And a wee little taste for myself. This pork's gonna take about 4 minutes per side. But before that, let's get some wood chips on. I have a pie plate. I poke some holes in it. Take one good handful of wet apple wood, because apple and pork are a really good mixture. And some dry stuff, because the dry stuff starts the smoking. So 2-to-1 ratio. Just gotta sear these. So let's look at these, see how they're doing. Here's my taster. Ooh, beautiful color on that. Oh, here we go. Beautiful char marks. So I'm not cooking these. They're gonna be blue inside, but I'm just searing them. Let that go for another 4 minutes, then we can get our wood chips on.
You know, I've never seen a lunar eclipse before.
Pork is perfectly seared now, but what I wanna do, turn the heat off underneath, because we're gonna use indirect heat. Turn the left-hand side up to full. Halfway through the cooking, I'm gonna start using a mop on these. Mop is just a fancy word for baste. And I'll start squirting them. But we're not gonna worry about that right now. Wood chips, onto a high heat. Close your lid. 200 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius. Just let the smoke do the work. See you in about half. To mop or not to mop? Why do I mop? If I have a lean cut of meat, I want to mop. And mop is just a fancy terminology or barbecue terminology for basting. I have a little bit of my reserved dry rub. And add a little moisture to that. So a little apple cider vinegar. Let's dilute that a little bit. A little canola oil. A little maple syrup for that sugar. A little salt. Not too much because we're going to reduce this. All I want to do now is add this to my chicken stock and reduce it. Let's make some anchovy butter. Got some room temperature butter out, but I need some garlic and anchovies. So let's get the anchovies out. Let's get here, a few more. Let's give this a quick chop. But what we want to do is we want to turn this into a bit of a paste. A little salt. Just mash that into your board. Got ourselves a nice little paste here. Paste done. Garlic. Smash, smash, smash. One more. Put that off. A little bit of salt also. Chop this up nicely and turn this into a paste also. We can start. All right, good enough. So, into the bowl, anchovy into the bowl. Perfect. A little soft butter. Little wipe. In. Just start pressing it in. just add a little lemon juice here. Cut. Little squeeze here because you don't want to loosen this up too much. Ooh. Let's get a careful mix in here. Be careful. All right. And last but not least, a little fresh cilantro. Beauty of cooking outdoors. Do the old roll, roll, roll. And chop, chop, chop. Cilantro is going to add that beautiful earthy flavor that we're looking for. Just a rough chop in. And a little pepper. There we go. Voila, fini. Let's get our fennel cut. The fennel. Fennel's a licorice tasting vegetable. Very, very nice. Goes well on the grill. The flavors come out even more. All the sugars actually come out. It's really nice. Just cut them into quarters. Just gonna throw these on the grill. Done. On a bowl. Here we go, toss them in. A little bit of oil so they don't stick to the grill. Little toss. Butter into the fridge. We're gonna grill our fennel later. My chicken thighs have been out for 30 minutes. Just wanted to raise them up to room temperature. Now, we call them chicken tikka, and tikka is just a South Asian word for kebab. So we're just gonna skewer these. Tikka on. Let's grab our mop. Now, let's give that a taste. All those flavors have intensified, reduced down, nice and thick. Mop done, tikka's done. Let's go to the grill. It's been 20 minutes now. The smoke has changed the color on the pork. Nice char marks in there. Time to mop. Now, this is a really lean cut of meat, so I smoked it. I had a dry rub on it. Now I'm adding extra flavor here with my mop. Look at all the juices here. That's halfway done. We'll come right back to that. Time to get our chicken tikka on. Let's get a nice little oil in. Here we go. Nice. We spent all this time marinating. We don't want anything sticking. Grapeseed oil, you can use any oil you'd like. Get this chicken on. Now these have to cook for 15 minutes. Let's just get them on. I've turned off this side of my grill because I don't want my wood skewers to burn. There we go. And we're cooking with the lid up. So one more, and we'll start here. I'm making an L for love. These tikkas are gonna take 15 minutes. It's starting to get dark out. Nice. It's been 40 minutes now. Woo! This pork is ready to come off. That mop really worked. It's changed colors, ready to come off. Now, we have to crank this heat up because I wanna get my fennel on. I'm gonna turn this up on high now. That'll take a few seconds to heat up. Let's get the chicken off. Chicken is perfectly cooked. Here we go. Again, that's off. Let's put our fennel on. These have been in oil for a while. They're gonna cook for about 4 minutes aside. Nice and crunchy when they come out, but with some nice char marks. These are gonna go in the garlic and anchovy butter. High heat, let them go, 4 minutes aside, leave the lid up. Everyone's coming over soon. Starting to plate my pork. Let's take a look here. See how the smoke ring here has come out really nicely, so it's all penetrated. This is
on a nice bed of couscous. It has some cranberries, pine nuts, onions, red pepper.
That plate is done. Let's plate our fennel up. Make a nice little circle. Our anchovy butter, we'll just drizzle that on top. There. A little dollop in the middle. There we go. Let's finish off with our chicken. We're gonna take it right off of the skewers here, straight in. And the last one on. Now that garam masala and the yogurt really have come out well, nice and creamy texture. Food's all ready. Bring on the eclipse.